3, 2, 1. All right, people, UFC 302 in the books. We killed it. We smashed it. If you saw my picks, you know we did damn well. But it did get a little shady. It actually almost helped. The shadiness almost helped me kill a dog bet that I made, but it wouldn't have been right. I would have taken the money anyways, but it wouldn't have been right. And that leads us to today's topic of the day, judging. Yes, 2 fights showed us how bad judging can be in mixed martial arts in general, okay? Specifically the Lima fight and the Strickland fight. One judge gave each of those, each of their opponents 1 round. And I don't know if it was the same judge or not. Actually, it was. Yeah, it was the same judge. And bro, is this going to turn into like a judge bashing video? No. A little bit. But more importantly, this is going to lead into a segue that we here at TKO TV have been thinking about. We're going to do betting tips and strategy segues. So today is episode 1, and it's called Judging the Judges. All right? What does that mean? I don't really know. I just made it up. But what I can tell you is that there are some certain factors that we have to look at anytime we're deciding on making a bet on a fight. We look at obviously who we think is going to win, but that's not always the only thing. You've heard me say a few times, like, the squeeze ain't worth the juice. Like the line's too chalky. It's not a value bet. That's a strategy. Here's today's first strategy. Episode 1, today, judge the judges. One of the things that we need to look at when we're betting on a fight is where the fight is taking place. Basically, if it's outside of Vegas or even California has decent judges, outside of those 2 states, we have to be mindful of the fights and the judges who are scoring those fights. If we see a fight that we think is going to go over or can go to a judge's decision, we decide, all right, I think this fight's going to go long. Who do I think is going to win? Fighter A or fighter B? But then the third question you have to ask yourself is, where is this fight happening and how is this fight going to be judged? Will it be accurate or will it be some funny stuff that we saw the other day? You know, in Jersey, they still got the mob. Sometimes when you make a deal, bro, you got to keep that deal. And homeboy kept his deal. Both fights. Strickland losing to Costa. He gave Costa 4 rounds. The first 4 rounds. He only gave Strickland the last round where he got knocked down. Bro, what were you watching? It doesn't matter. This is not a judge bashing thing. Back on track. Here we go. We are not bashing judges. We are making smart decisions and looking at the whole picture that affects the outcome of a fight. So we look at a fight and then we say, that's probably going to go to the judge's decision. Second question, do I trust the judges there? Sean Connery. Do I trust the judges? Do I trust that they know what they're looking at? Are they boxing judges that only judge boxing in Jersey or Texas or somewhere out of the country? Maybe. And if so, you have to take a second thought. Is this a fight that I want to put my hard-earned money in, leaving it up to somebody else who might not be earning their money as well? Or, I mean, they're taking the money. They might be taking the money from a couple places, but at the end of the day, are they going to make the right decision? There are certain things that are in our control and other things that are outside of our control. We can't control where the fights happen. We can't control who the judges are in the fights. But we can control whether or not we decide to put money on those fights. Thinking that we know the outcome of a fight isn't enough to make a bet on it. There's other factors. And so factor number 1, and not necessarily in this order, because we're going to go through like you know how Biggie had the 5 crack commandments? we're going to have the 5 or so wagering commandments. And it's not necessarily in this order, but this is one factor that we have to look at. Where's the fight taking place? Who are the judges? Will the judges even be needed for that fight? If those answers don't match up to something favorable for us where we can get a consistent result, then that might be one that we just decide to pass. We might think we know who's going to win the fight. We might be right. But at the same time, we need to know when to hold them and when to fold them. I heard that in a country song once. Still not quite sure what it means, but, you know, why not just throw it in there? So, we'll do a 302 recap. We'll do a 303 thoughts and predictions. I'll try to get that out sooner than later because I know you freaking degenerates want to get your bets in sooner, even though I keep telling you, wait for the weigh-ins. Don't try to beat the lines. That's another rule, but we're not doing that today. It's only one today. You get one. And today, you have to know where the fight's happening, if the judges are needed, and it might be a plus. If you're in Abu Dhabi and there's a Russian on the card and his name ends with EV or OV, you might decide like, hey, this is a close fight, but it's probably going to go to the judges, and that's going to help me out. So, there's your tip for the day. Like, subscribe, notifications, click, all that stuff. Do that stuff. It helps. I don't really know how. It hasn't helped yet, but my partner told me it helps. So just do it. Stay tuned for recap, but more importantly, predictions for this weekend's fight, main event, Cannonier, Imavov, and a couple interesting fights there. So check it out. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family. See you at the next one. I'll chase the lion as long as I have got you by my side, and everything's high in turbulent skies. You okay, mamas?